Okay, and welcome to the show for Monday, November the 28th, 2022. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here, your best friend in a bear market. Welcome, one, welcome all to the broadcast. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying healthy out there. Oh my gosh. Winter is kicking in, isn't it? Depending on where you live, going to get cooler the next few days in certain areas of the world. Certainly around here, we have said goodbye to the 40s and 50s for our highs that we've had for almost 10 days, and we are about to hit single digits for the highs this week. The good news for Jen and I is we're getting out of here. Next week at this time, you will see me on the air, but not from this location. Stand by. Looking forward to that. Thank you all for popping in and seeing us today. It's great to have you here from around the world. I know you folks are busy out there. You got a lot on your mind. You got a lot to take care of. You just got through the big Thanksgiving holiday for those of you in America. The rest of the world, you got through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, here we are, Monday, November 28th. Saying goodbye to November this week and hello to December. And the question on a lot of people's minds are, what's this market going to do now that we're into the final month of the year? Is there going to be a lot of tax loss selling? Are people going to sell shares that they're down on, lock in profits? Lock in losses, and negate profits, capital gains against capital losses. Is there capital loss selling coming into this market in a big way? If so, which stocks are going to get hit with selling? And when do these folks buy back, or do they buy back their shares a month from now, 2 months from now? Like, how's this going to go? Last year, we topped out our markets in November last year. That's when the markets topped out. And by January, February, March, the markets were off 10, 15% everywhere. Everywhere. Look at the charts. You'll see for yourself what the Dow did, the S&P 500, NASDAQ. We had such a good run for a long, long time. A year ago, the whispers began that, we might be seeing higher interest rates from the Fed. Inflation doesn't seem to be transitory. We heard this last year. Things have changed. This morning, we heard talk coming out of Europe, big time, that the ECB, which is the Federal Reserve for the European Union, 350, 400 million people over there, 23 countries, they're talking about raising rates substantially by the middle of this month, just before Christmas. Boom comes the hammer. And we're talking about a 1% to 1% price increase in interest rates in Europe to combat their inflation problem, which is 12-ish% range in Europe. The UK, 12 to 16% inflation. Bank of England will raise rates as well. They have got a big inflation problem. In America and Canada and Mexico, all kinds of hired shills are trying to convince North American investors all is well. There's no problem here. America's fantastic. Canada's great. Mexico, Canada, USA, we are invincible. Inflation peaked in June. That was a long time ago. The Federal Reserve is now seeing evidence of how inflation is backing off. And so what will likely happen is you'll notice that in December, the interest rate will go up, but not as much as before, maybe only half a point. And then in January, February, March, it might only go up a quarter of a point-ish, kind of, sort of, maybe. And then we'll stop. And then they'll go down again. Oh, it's just fantastic. Except for one little problem, and that is that labor is hard to come by. If you are a corporate entity or a mom and pop shop or a little old restaurant on the corner, have you got a help wanted sign everywhere? Are you trying to find talent anywhere? Yeah. There's problems here in River City, kids. There's big problems here. There's a labor shortage of talent. Is there a labor shortage of grunt workers? The ones that are expendable. Is there a shortage of them? Actually, yeah, there is. There is a shortage of folks in customer service roles. Banks have problems with customer service reps. Go into your favorite pharmacy and there's shortages. Go to certain grocery stores and there aren't as many cash registers running. There are more of those help yourself cash registers, where you do it. Like, look at Walmart. You used to see 35 cashiers and now you see 5. And you see this giant island over here, another giant island there filled with 35 do-it-yourself machines and only 10 are working. You know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that piss you off. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Service has gone out the window to a great degree for many retailers because they can't hire the staff, or they don't want to hire the staff, or they're being told by their bean counters, hey, we can increase our margins by increasing our expenses and just get rid of these cashiers and let the customer do it themselves. Let them do it because they'll leave the store happy. Oh yeah, I leave the store really happy when I walk out of a Walmart after that frustrating experience with that goddamn machine where I have to do my own checkout. I hate it. I hate it. And I find it a pain in the rear end. And what really gets me, and I'm old, what gets me are the families that come with those kids. And the kids are running around like it's a merry-go-round in there. And I'm trying to concentrate on getting this damn crap checked out so I can get the hell out of there as soon as humanly possible. I don't know how this makes Walmart any money. I don't know how they make money doing this. I guarantee you, me going to a Walmart, my wife and I going to a Walmart, and others, we go less often because it isn't enjoyable at all. It is not enjoyable. You're in a warehouse doing everything yourself. And I'm thinking, you want me to go to a warehouse and do everything myself? I'll go to a Costco and I'll buy there. I'm not getting the deals I want from Walmart. It's a pain in my rear end. Just to buy a thing of milk, I got to walk 100 yards to the end of this damn superstore to get to the damn milk section and then buy butter and eggs. And then I got to walk all the way back to get to those self-checkouts. Oh, what a joy this is. Yeah, I don't know how corporate America, retail corporate America is thinking they're winning. They're not winning. Is it any wonder why people are shopping at home more and more? We're going to watch for that. Look, we have a negative market right now, and you have a ranting old man on your hands. Sorry. China problems. Oh gosh, look at what's happening in China. Have you noticed over the weekend the news stories, the video, the tweets, the YouTube videos, oh my gosh. Yeah, China, we're getting 1% of what's really going on over there. And we will only ever get that. Don't think China's opening up its media to tell us everything they're going to do. They got a whole bunch of problems. And over at Apple, the headlines are coming out this morning that I've been talking to you guys about. We've been on this now for, 2 months? 3 months I've been talking about this. How long have we talked about Apple and the problems that Apple is going to encounter that is not going to go away? And the big problem for Apple right now, 6 to 8 million phone shortage for the iPhone 14 Pro version, the most profitable product they make. Right at Christmas time, they are going to be up to 8 million units short on delivery. And they can't just shut down the factories in China and open up factories in other countries like that and create phones. It doesn't work that way. We're talking about 2 to 3 dozen suppliers to Apple's factories of the parts required to make the iPhone. I mean, the entire iPhone is not made in one location. It's made in dozens of locations throughout China. brought into the big plant, and then assembly, packaging, and customization for each of Apple's countries where these are going. You can't send this thing to Germany and sell it there, and then the same thing goes to France and you sell it there, and then this goes to Spain, and then this one goes to Canada, this one goes to Mexico. No, you have to customize each phone for the market that it's going to, because this phone has to work in Japanese in Japan, this phone has to work in Chinese in China, has to work in Korean in Korea, has to work in English in Canada, the USA, has to work in all the other languages that these are going to, and all the local regulations. Now, this is complicated, man. This is really complicated. And you have to have a factory that can spit these out in volume with dependability at the highest degree. You can't just open a factory in India and expect to crank these out in India overnight. This is going to take years. And you want to maintain your presence, your business presence in China itself, and sell to Chinese people, that burgeoning middle class that apparently is coming. You want to be able to market your product inside China? Because if you don't, and all you're interested in is exporting, what kind of support are you going to get from the Chinese government for permits, to get all kinds of paperwork out of the way and licensing out of the way, if you're not considered friendly to China? You can't just announce publicly you're going to close all the factories in China and open up factories everywhere else, and then try to import phones into China. Oh, good luck with that. That's not going to happen. And so how's this going to go? Apple is in a pickle. They're in a huge pickle here. And the stock is holding up remarkably well. It's only down $3 this morning to 145. This stuff can go to 110. I've been saying it for weeks. I know you've been listening to me, and some of you have been going, he's saying it's going to 110. What's he talking about? What are we talking about here, Willis? What are we talking about here, Willis? Yeah, we got problems in Apple land, and that means there are problems in Microsoft land, in any other US-based corporation, Canadian-based corporation, European-based corporation, UK, that does business in and through and around China. That means everybody. That means all of them. Dow 30, how many of the Dow 30 stocks have China situations over there? They have manufacturing centers, distribution centers. They have all kinds of connections there. How many? 25 of the 30? 28 of the 30? How many? How many of the S&P 500 companies out there do business in China, through China, around China? I mean, everybody. It is a global nightmare all over the place. And the politically correct thing to do is what? You are supposed to withdraw your business there and do it somewhere else and not do business with the number 2 economy on the planet? Really? How are you going to play this? This is a eggshell situation right here. It's not good. This isn't fun, okay? This is what keeps executives awake at night about their company's affairs and future prospects. Because they had to go global to compete globally, they're in places like this. And China is doing a lot of business with Iran, and the United States government looks very poorly on anyone that does business with Iran. Now, if your company does a lot of business with China, which in turn does a lot of business in Iran, you got yourself a DOJ problem, Department of Justice problem in the United States. And you have one of those, you got a nightmare on your hands, because this is a department that is like a pit bull. It never lets go. And you got yourself an issue here. This is the same in the UK. It's the same out of Europe, everywhere. All countries, all businesses everywhere are asking themselves the same question. How involved should they get with China? And how should they back off a little bit or double down? How do we handle it? As long as Congress in the United States is okay and leaves everyone alone with the China policy, no big deal. If you're a Republican leaning person, you're thinking, oh, the Congress is going Republican. Nancy's going to lose the gavel. It's going to go over to McCarthy, and all will be well, except for the fact that the Republican majority, of which a 2-seat majority in the House, 3-seat, it's very slight. You get a couple of these crazies, the ones who think lasers are being shot down from, Israeli spy satellites into California. You get some of those kids getting together saying we're not going to approve our own bill, our own party's bill for whatever, because we think this is happening, that's happening. McCarthy's got a nightmare on his hands. The Senate is not in the Republicans' hands. And so we have a dysfunctional government in the United States going forward. And so for some companies, that's good because they won't be activists. They will not be going after them because they can't in a unified way. But now they become political footballs because one side will point at Corporation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are backed by these politicians over here. And that's all wrong for America. And it's wrong for the human race. And and then you got the other side going, free enterprise, free government, get away from socialism. Away we go. So what does that mean for investors? Total uncertainty, total mayhem. And is it a great time to be an option writer? You like writing options? You believe in Rugman? Oh, you're going to love this market going forward, kids. Are you kids ever going to make a lot of money in this market? Oh my gosh, all your friends and relatives and coworkers, guys at the bar and those who who play darts, they take the dartboard and put the letters A to Z on the dartboard, blindfold themselves, throw the darts and every letter that pops up, they write down and go, that's the stock we're going to buy today. Those folks are out of the market. They're gone. They've been wiped out a long time ago, and they're not coming back because they don't have any money anymore. They blew it in the good times. You option writers are cashing in here on the gamblers that are left. And there are many. There are gamblers now in the option market buying options that used to buy stock. They used to be able to afford to buy stock. They're now so broke they can only buy options. And so they're playing I'm going to get my money back. And then I'm going to play stocks again like I did before. And the problem is they're not going to get their money back. And they're going to have to keep throwing money into this game, and they're going to keep playing on this casino floor. But there is nowhere else to go to play at a lower level. This is it. They have to play the options market. Now, good news for an option player. You want to gamble on the future of Apple stock, higher or lower? You can buy a put option or a call option. You can gamble with $300, $500, $800, $1,000, $20,000. You can buy one contract, 5, 50, 30, whatever you want. The problem, of course, is that you have to get your hands on these options, and you're buying them from people who are selling them to you. And it's possible, very possible, that who you're buying the contracts from, especially those that are $5, $7, $8, $10, $15 each, those contracts, those are being sold to you by option writers. Who are option writers? Every pension fund, every mutual fund, all the ETFs out there, private hedge funds like you cannot believe, all around the world. All of these institutions are not American, they're global institutions. Every pension fund in the world writes options. Every mutual fund in the world writes options and hedge ETFs, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. And then there are you folks who are watching me right here on this little tiny, puny little YouTube channel where a guy wears a Rugman sweatshirt. And not only does he wear a Rugman sweatshirt, oh yeah, he wears a Rugman t-shirt. That's right, kids. Yoink. We are out there, baby. Oh, Rugman lives. Anyone stupid enough to step on that shag carpet cape of his, thinking that they're protected from downside, you are in huge trouble. Yoink is the noise you're going to hear. The last thing you're going to hear is yoink as you get the rug pulled out from under your feet. You think that this market's going to all-time highs right now? Think again. This is not going to happen. Do not fret the upside, option writers. This market is coming your direction. And if anything has hit you between the eyes in the last 3 months, is the fact that many of you out there, you've been writing options and you've been thinking, well, when the stock goes down, these options will go down and I'll buy them for a lot less money. And I'll write options for next week or the week after, and I'll bring in $1.20 for these contracts and buy them back for 70 cents. And I'll write these contracts for $1.85 and I'll buy them back for 92 cents. And I'll make money every week doing this. And then this guy says, no, you don't want to do that. No, you don't do that. You want to write options for a week? No. You want to write options for a month or two. You want to bring in $4, $5, $6 premium per contract. You want to bring in $1.20 a contract. Don't want to bring in $1.80. You want to bring in $5.80, $6.50 a contract. You want to bring in hundreds of dollars per contract that you write. Because when there is a correction coming, and it might be today, it might be this week, I don't know. But when it begins, it will become massive. And these $6, $7, $8 premium contracts you've been writing, these are going to drop by 30, 40, 50, 60%. A 50% drop on a $6.50 contract means $3.25 profits to you, $325 a contract. I know there are viewers on this channel that are sitting on 5, 10, 20, 40, 60, 100, 200 contracts. There are some serious dollars about to flow into your accounts right in time for the holidays. But some of you have noticed in the last few weeks, the markets go up from time to time. And yet you don't mind. You go, oh, okay, the stocks are going higher. I'll just do roll-ups. I'll buy back my call that I wrote 3 weeks ago. Then I'll write another call for even more money. A higher strike price, a little further out in time for more cash. And you've been building your cash reserves and building your cash reserves. And you've been asking me, Bruce, when do I spend this money? When do I invest this into something else? And I've been saying to you folks, hang around. You need the powder, because what's going to happen next is if we see a dip in the markets and individual shares start to back off here, you guys with all these calls out there are going to be in a position to start buying back call options and writing new ones. And one of the things you're going to do is you're going to buy call contracts back that have 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year or longer to live. Those long contracts you wrote, you're now looking at your option chain and saying, okay, well, if I can buy back my January 2024 calls or my September 2023s or my May 2023, whichever the long ones are, can I buy any of those back at a lower price because the stock's been dropping? And can I replace that call with a shorter time frame call contract? Can I come in a month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months? How much closer can I get to today's date by writing a lower strike price because the stock is backed off? I'll buy back these 30s and I'll rewrite 26s that are 3 months closer in time. These expire in January rather than May or June, or they expire in June instead of next year, January, however much you can bring it in. And when you do this rollover, which is, downshifting the gears here, you're buying back a call for $3 and you're writing a call for $3.50. You brought in more money and you shortened the time frame that you're exposed on this contract, and you're closer into the action. That's a win. That's a double win. Stocks keep dropping from here, which they could. You'll do it again. You will bring in the first time, you'll bring in 90 days. The second time, you'll bring in another 30, 60 days. You'll keep bringing in the time frame and bringing in more cash to the point where you might be sitting on January calls and you're going, I wrote 29s. The stock's at 22. I don't need to get December calls. I'll stay with these January calls. What I'll do is I'll buy back these 29s for whatever they're trading at, pennies, and I'll write 26s or 25s for January. And so the time frame's the same, but the strike price is lower and more money comes into my account. That's the payoff. You want to bring in more cash. What do you do then? Well, your next move is to start buying additional either shares that allow you to write more contracts on, or deep in the money call options. You're looking to buy additional numbers of deep in the money call options to write more contracts on. Because if you truly want to get self-employed and get away from those supervisors and the team that you're part of, that, there's 12 in the team and you're the hardest worker and you're only getting medium money. The team that is made up of 8, 10, 12 people, and only half of them give a crap and the other half don't, and they're just there for the ride. The team that, the Zoom call guys and girls, which ones of those are got their jobs for not merit-based reasons. They knew somebody. They were pals with somebody. They got drunk with the right manager at the right time. Whatever the reason, all right? You want to get away from this. You want to be your own person. You want to be in charge of your life. You want to change everything. Yeah, well, the only way you're going to do it is you're going to have to write more contracts. You have to write a number of contracts, certain number, to then replace your paycheck. And the way out is to write more options. It's the same darn trade you've always done. It's just more of them. And instead of writing 5 calls, you're writing 15 calls or 25 or 30. There's a certain number that you will get to, a certain number of calls that you will write at a time, where you will know inside here, you'll go, there it is. As soon as I can write this many calls at a time, I can pull out this much money per call contract overall every month. There's the magic moment in time where I've breached or passed my paycheck. I've matched it and I've passed it. Now the question is, how long can I do both? How long can I work and do this until I can walk away from the job? Because if I keep building the option income, I will get to the point where I don't need the day job anymore. As a matter of fact, the day job is costing me money because it makes me pay attention to that world rather than to the market. And when I pay attention to the market, I make more money per transaction there on an overall monthly basis than I could ever make over here. And that's where you go, well, I think I'm going to quit my day job. I put in my notice. I might negotiate a contractual arrangement with those guys and girls. Maybe I'll work as a consultant. Maybe I'll just work part-time for my current employer. Maybe I'll quit the job and I'll get a day job with Starbucks or with, I don't know what, anything that doesn't require the stress and your market time. You might decide that I'm only going to work part-time on Saturdays because Monday to Friday, I'm in the market. And that's my full-time job there. And I'll work Saturdays, maybe a few hours. Maybe I'll put in 4 hours a week, 6 hours a week. Maybe I'll work Thursday nights and Friday nights and Saturday, and I'll work 15 hours a week just for some cash flow and for, social and all that. On the other hand, I might just walk and stay the hell out completely and do nothing but this as my full-time gig. The freedom is what you're after, and it's possible. But you have to be able to write enough contracts to keep the cash flow coming. Whether it's all in one stock or whether it's in 2 or 3 or 4, you'll determine that. You'll determine your tolerance, your risk tolerance, your attention. How energetic are you? How much energy have you got? Can you put in the hours? Do you want to put in the hours into watching the market all day, every day? Or are you more of a casual market player where, you'd love to have a gig on the side, which is working from home for whatever organization, but over here you got the market. And, you put in 20 hours a week over here on the side at $50 an hour, $100 an hour, whatever you can get per hour. And then you got your market thing over here. It's your life. You decide the way you want to live it. But you're going to take control of your life. That's the point. You're going to be the master of your own domain. And you're not going to be told by any manager, you have to come in tonight and put in 5 extra hours, or you have to come in Saturday. We're doing a team meeting, or we're doing a participation event, and blah, blah, blah. Nah, you're out of that game. You're out of that. I don't do that anymore. Sorry. Don't do that anymore. Welcome to the show, everybody. Oh, it's going to be so much fun this week, I think, and next week and the week after. Oh my gosh, we're down 190 on the Dow. We're down 28 on S&P. We're down 69 on NASDAQ. Nothing serious. It's a half a point to 3/4 of a point of a pullback so far this morning. We'll see after the opening just how intense this is. We have 28 minutes to go before we open. Oil is down to 74.35, down to $1.93. We've been in the 73 neighborhood already. Oil is absolutely telling you what's going to happen. Oil has been telling us now for 2 solid weeks without any reservations, without any possible, I misunderstood this. No, there's been no misunderstanding when it comes to the oil market. The oil market has been brutally honest and has been telling us straight out exactly what is happening in the world economy. And if you haven't got it by now, I don't know what to tell you guys. You're not listening to me. I don't understand it. But I'm telling you, oil is yelling at us. Worldwide recession underway right now. And you can thank China for a big part of this uncertainty on the oil patch, because the Chinese economy is in complete disarray. There are upset people over there who dare not say it very often, but they want to say it. They want a big change over there, and they're getting more and more gutsy about talking about it. They're getting a lot more comfortable voicing their displeasure. And the way you voice your displeasure in a communist country effectively is you don't participate in the game anymore. What is the game? The game over there, and this has been studied to the nth degree since 1989 to today, where the last time we really got to see a breakdown of a communist regime that kept impeccable records was East Germany, the country of East Germany. When the Berlin Wall fell down in 1989, the West German authorities and a lot of West German human rights people, university-age kids, within days and weeks, they ran to the headquarters of the Stasi. What the hell is that? The secret police, the East German secret police, kind of like the CIA and the FBI all rolled into one happy little family. The organization designed to spy on its own people, to track the movements and thoughts of its own citizens. They ran to the headquarters of the Stasi, kicked all those guys out of there, and preserved all the records. Because the Germans, since the war and since even today, are expert record keepers. They are incredibly detailed record keepers. And in Berlin, East Berlin, where the Stasi headquarters were located, the files were taken over by the West German government, West German activists. And all Germans, whether you were East German or West German, began to be allowed to see the files on themselves. That was the game that was being played over there. And 1 in 7 East Germans were spies against their own relatives, friends, co-workers, and acquaintances on behalf of the Stasi. Only 1 in 7 of those people were employed by the Stasi. The other 6 had been coerced by the Stasi to spy on their families under threat of arrest if they didn't. And so you got a parking ticket, or you had an infraction, inspector would come to your house and say, oh, you're getting a ticket because you did this or that, the other thing. And then a week later at the office or at your home, you'd get a phone call requesting you to come to the local police department to talk about this little infraction you have. And the next thing you know, you're in a little office with a person, you don't know who this person is. Well, they're with the Stasi, they're with the secret police, and they've got the ticket in their hand, and they can make it all go away. They can make this all go away, no problem at all, as long as you promise to behave. But here's what we want in return. Now, if you do cooperate, this ticket goes away and life will be better. If you don't cooperate, this ticket is a problem and your kids don't go to college. and relatives of yours don't get licenses to do this, that, it gets really ugly real fast. You cooperate, and now you're an informant for the Stasi. And when they call on you and say, you're going to a birthday party next week for your cousin, we want you to find out for us what all your relatives are talking about when it comes to West Germany and the Berlin Wall and whatever. We want to report next week, and come and see us and we'll have a chat. And you squeal on everybody, and nobody knows in your family that you're doing this. 1 in 7. So if you had a family of 35 people getting together, 5 were informants for the Stasi. That was East Germany. China, right now, 1.3 billion people. Is it 1.3 billion, 1.2 billion? It's worse than that. Much higher than that. The numbers are scary as get up. You think I'm making this up? Think again. It is ugly over there. This is why people are so afraid to talk, because they don't know when they have a chat with the family that who in the family has been coerced and already blackmailed by the secret police to squeal. Every apartment block in China, every floor of every apartment block, there are reports. What time you left your house, what time you came back. Where did you go? Who did you go with? Who keeps visiting you at your place all the time? How long do they stay? They've tapped the phones. They've done it's endless. It's complete surveillance of the world itself. The Chinese are now to the point, bit by bit, they're getting to the point where they've had enough. And when you don't participate anymore, it all collapses. And that's what happened in East Germany. It took a couple of years, but East Germans began to say, why am I squealing on my mom and dad? Why am I squealing on my brother and sister? Why am I squealing on my so-called best friends? There's no upside for me, because if they do something, these folks do something wrong, according to the secret police, I don't see them anymore. They're gone. They've been arrested. And then they've been turned into informants. This is the upside. This is the win. There's no win here. This is a deterioration of the whole infrastructure. And so people just began to provide less information or less reliable information. And it began to unravel. And when it was all over, the files were released. Everyone got to see what everyone was doing. And that is when the bitter reality came out, where members of families realized that other members of the family who they thought they could confide in were informing the secret police of everything they said, if not recording them in their own apartment with bugs. The China thing is falling apart. And on Apple, just to give you an idea about the Apple story, all right, we are hearing only the surface, the tiniest little sliver of information about how bad it is. But here's what I did. I took a pen and a piece of paper in my little notebook here, and I wrote down some stuff. Now, I heard today that Apple production at the Apple factory will be something between 6 and 8 million phones short of expectations. So I went with the 8 million number because I'm thinking it's worse than that. Well, let's use 8 million. And if 8 million iPhones don't show up in the United States, and we're talking about Christmas sales, mainly US, but I think this is global, and it's going to be way more than 8 million. For example, just let's pretend, a little game called Let's Pretend. Let's pretend Apple makes a $1 profit on every phone they sell. You know that's fiction, because they make a lot more than that. These are $1,000 phones. But if they don't make $1 profit on 8 million phones, they don't make $8 million in added profits. That's coming off the top. If they make $10 a phone in profit, they don't make $80 million this Christmas. If they clear $100 a telephone, $1,000 telephone with a $100 profit margin, I think that's still too low. They don't make $800 million this quarter. But if they actually pull in $400 per $1,000 phone, and I think that's still low, but that's as far as I'm willing to go. $400 per phone, 8 million phones is $3.2 billion in missed profits this quarter. Add to that the fact that how many of you, when you go to an Apple store, you buy Apple Care? You get a new phone for $1,000. If you drop it, you've lost your $1,000+ plus. But if you buy Apple Care, you're Drop your phone, they'll give you a new one. That's $250 a phone, depending on where and what plan you're getting and so on. You multiply $250 a phone times 8 million phones, that's $2 billion in sales coming in. And that's profits to Apple, less how many phones they have to replace at their cost to honor this deal. Got it? I'm guessing $5+ billion in revenue miss, and maybe net profits miss. Last year, they earned $94 billion for the year. If they miss out on $5 billion of it because of just what I've told you, only this, they're down to $89 billion. If the fourth quarter is a $40 billion profit quarter and they miss $5 billion in that quarter, they're down to $35 billion. This is huge. The stock isn't going to lose $3 or $4 a share. It's going to lose a lot more than that, because think about the next shoe to drop, okay? They can't deliver 8 million iPhones to their stores and to their customers this quarter. How many MacBook Pros aren't being delivered? How many big-ass iPads aren't being delivered? How many headphone sets aren't being delivered? All the other hardware. Add it all up. I'm just talking about a phone. Here's another problem. If they're behind 8 million phones in the fourth quarter of this year, and they're behind 5, 6, 7, 8 million phones in the next quarter of next year, what is the problem going to be when they want to launch the iPhone 15, the i15 phone? If you're behind on the i14, how the hell are you going to launch the i15 on time? How are you going to launch the i15 with enough product to catch the first wave? If the i15 phone has got really cool features that people want to get into, they can't get the phones. This doesn't go away. The argument has always been with Apple, oh, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Those 8 million phones, those are just delayed sales. You see, people will just wait until the phone comes in, and then they'll buy it when it comes in. So Apple isn't really losing the sales. They're just delaying the inevitable sale itself. But it's going to happen, you see. Well, that sounds great for a quarter or so, but that's not the new normal. And what if, just suppose, that they're talking 6 to 8 million phones? They were talking 1 to 2 million phones a couple of weeks ago. Now they're talking 6 to 8 million phones between now and Christmas time. What if this number is going to go to 12 to 16 million for the first quarter and beyond? This $5 billion shortfall, what if this shortfall is going to be 10 to 12 billion in net profits? This stock is not trading anywhere near the so-called PE multiple that we've been accustomed to. This thing's trading at, where am I looking at here? Apple, 145.25 right now, PE multiple of 24.7, 24.27. This stock isn't going to trade at 24 times multiple. It's not trading that now. This stock could be trading at 34 times multiple. And if it's as bad as we're wondering about that it could be, could this stock already be at 45 times earnings? Now, in effect, the stock should be $75 to $85 based on its actual earnings per share. Now, let's be fair to Apple, okay? We all love the product. It's globally adored, all right? There are a lot of people that will wait for Apple to get it together. Behind the scenes, these people at Apple are not sitting there going, oh, God, we're in such trouble. They're not like that. They're proactive. But you're trying to steer a ship 10 times the size of the Titanic around here. This is the biggest corporation in the world by market cap. You can't just open a factory in Austin, Texas, and crank out 20 million Apple iPhones a week. That's not going to happen. So how and where and what and there will never be iPhones made in America. I mean, come on, they're not stupid. They're very smart people over there at Apple. They're going to find another third world country where they control the deal from beginning to end. The problem for an Apple phone is you don't make all the parts for this thing and assemble this unit all in one place. And there's a very good reason for that. You don't get held hostage by one factory for the production of your number one profit maker. You have 24 factories out there, 24 different companies that produce items to make this product. And they do partial assembly, and then all these partially assembled pieces come to the final factory, and final assembly is done, packaging is done, and the phone is designed for whatever market it's going to go to. The Germans receive German functioning iPhones. The French receive French functioning iPhones. Americans receive American functioning iPhones, and so on. All 160 countries of the world, however many they deal with, 125 of them, whatever it is. This is complicated, and you can't just turn it like that from one place to another. So yeah, Apple is proactive. They're working on it. They're setting up a factory in India. Foxconn is setting up a factory in India. The Apple people are trying to appease the Chinese by saying, look, we're global. You know we're global. We can't only just make phones in China alone. We can't do that. So we're going to make phones around the world, but we'll have Foxconn do it for us, Chinese company. So if the Chinese company open factories in other countries of the world where we'll make these products, and we'll diversify it out that way. And they're talking 30%. They're only talking of 30% of all iPhones to be made outside of China. The remaining 70% will be in China. Now, of the 70% made in China, maybe 20% of the 70% will stay in China as Chinese phones for the phone market in China, which leaves 50% of the production made in China to be exported out. And that might get exported out to South Korea, Japan, Indonesia, Europe. The phones made in India, let's say, will go to the USA, Canada, Africa, South America, however they divvy it out. You see what I'm saying? That is the logistic. These are the logistics that Apple executives are trying to figure out right now and have been working on for years. They're very smart people. They're great people. Apple's a fantastic company made up with some very smart industry people. But they got problems. Everyone's got problems in China. I don't care what you manufacture over there. Tesla, you think Tesla hasn't got problems in China? They do have problems in China. And Apple and Tesla and others know that not only do they have problems exporting out of China, they have problems dealing within China. Domestic competition and or perception by the Chinese communist officials. Because if the Chinese communist officials get the impression that you're just using us to make products cheap and send them out, and you're not benefiting us domestically, should we really give you permits to keep going? That's not why we want you here anymore. We used to want the jobs. The Chinese they do admit that we used to only want jobs. We just wanted to get factories set up in our country and get people off the farms into cities and become an industrialized powerhouse. Well, we've done that. We're there now. Now what we want is domestic growth and wealth creation within the country, creating our own middle class and upper middle class. We have 800 million people to get there. And so we want companies that can help us reach those objectives. So now you're doing the balancing act because you've got certain governments not getting along with this government, and you're in the middle with factories in China, distribution in China, and globally. And you're trying to keep your country's government happy while trying to keep that country's government happy. And all you're trying to do is make phones or barbecues or lawn furniture or lawnmowers, or you're trying to just make dining room furniture, you're trying to make dishes, whatever you're into. In other words, everything. The entire world economy revolves through America, China, and all the EU countries and all the G20 countries of the world, and it is complicated. That's what's going on. We're going to open in 9 minutes, by the by. Just so you know, the market right now going into the final 9 minutes, the Dow Jones is down 222 right now. We've got the S&P down 33, and we have NASDAQ down 76. The worst market right now is S&P, down 0.81. The Dow and the NASDAQ are down 2/3 of a percentage point. That's where we are with those two guys. Oil down 186 to 74.42. All right. That's what's happening this morning. As option writers, do not fear the upside. Your job is to keep an eye on the markets, keep an eye on your options and the option chain that you're following, And if you've done a few rollovers with stocks going higher, you're now looking for rollbacks, roll downs, or you're looking for the kind of rollovers that we call the gearing down rollover, where you're buying back May contracts to write February contracts, or you're buying back February contracts or March contracts to write January contracts. You're looking at that as a possibility, or you're looking at I wrote a 31 and now I'm going to buy it back and write a 29 and I'm going to bring in more money. Others of you who've written calls, a couple of weeks ago, you wrote 28s on GameStop that expire in December 16th. You wrote those a while back for 450, 556, whatever you did. You're now looking to buy those back and write January calls that might be the same strike price. You're just offering more time for a lot more money. You might be going, I'm not writing January's, I'm writing February's. I want more. Others of you might be a little more aggressive. Again, it all depends on your psyche here. You might say, you know what, Bruce, I want to buy back my $28 GameStop calls when I see the right price and the right movement and everything else. I'll know when. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write $22 calls for January. They're in the money right now. They're in the money, but they have a premium on them, and combined is a nice fat amount of cash in my hand. And it's only a January, third week of January contract. And the reason I want to do that is because December is now upon us and shrinkage is underway. Tax loss selling and a drifting market could mean that GameStop might go from where we are here to the $21, $22 level for a few weeks. Therefore, making the contracts I wrote not in the money at all. They were in the money by $3, $4, $5, and now they're out of the money. And all of that has vanished and been replaced by a depreciating time value curve. I'm a double winner, and I'm looking to sell at this price and buy at this price in the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's my objective. I'm not going to hold it until January. That's not my game plan. But I'm willing to do rollovers if the market says I should. If the market wants to run it up, great. I'll do rollovers on GameStop any old time. But if I'm right, we're not really going anywhere. This market is sort of topped out here in this last rally we've had. Maybe I'll be able to do this move. It's all up to you. How attentive are you? Don't forget about putting in stink bids and stink offers. This is so critical for some of you out there. Stink bids are everything. In case we get a midday, mid-morning $5 drop in GameStop or Apple or Cisco or whatever the drop is, a 5%, 10% drop in a stock in an hour out of left field that had no reason to be there, you put in stink offers, stink bids on contracts you wrote a week ago, a month ago, at way under the market, just in case. And of course, you did not put in a nice round number for your buyback. You put in a stupid number. So you're not buying calls back at $1. You're buying them at 101 or 102. You're buying back calls instead of $1.50, 151, 152 each. You are 1 penny above that nice round number as a stink buyer. Even if the calls are at $2.50 right now, you're putting in a 151 buy order for today only, just in case there is a thing like that going on. Keep an eye on your options market. Welcome to the world of writing options. This is where they pay you up front in cash. They give you money up front to sell them something, and you buy it back for less. That's the game. It's called Keep the Change. And now we're going to find out what kind of keeping of the change is being offered to you guys. Kind of cool, huh? I think it's kind of exciting. GameStop right now, $25.95, down 22 cents a share. I got Apple down 3.11 right now. Let's take a look at this pre-market thing just before we get it going here. We are 4 minutes away from opening. We have Rocket Lab holding a 1 penny gain at $4.19. We're down 5 cents on SoFi at $4.55. We've got GameStop down 32 cents. Matterport is down 4. 23andMe is down 4. ATIP, Physical Therapy, is showing a 3.5 cent gain at the pre-market at 54 cents. We have Smart Rent unchanged. Cyxtera I'm showing down up about 6 cents. I've got Apple down 311, Goldman down 287, Cisco down 22, Tesla down 384 to 179. We've got ARC Innovations down 54 cents. We have Microsoft off $1.55. Bed Bath Beyond is down 6 cents. Pfizer doesn't look like it's got a change at the moment, 49.22. HPQ, Hewlett Packard, down 46 cents to 29.69. Carvana down 19 cents to 7.78. We have Alphabet down 36 cents, the old Google. And we got Amazon up 38 cents to 93.79. That seems to be the late pre-market indicators here as we're getting closer and closer to the actual opening trades. What else have we got going here? Looking at interest rates, the Dow now down 224. Interest rates, the 10-year Treasury was off this morning as far as yields. They were down to 3.6%, now 3.7%. Germany has climbed from overnight. The yield is as low as 191. It's now 2.004 and climbing again. UK 3.14. That is up about 0.1% as well. As far as currencies go, the euro holding at 104.39. That's up a little bit, just like a third of a penny maybe. The yen is a little stronger at 138.58, but not by a lot. The pound, the UK pound, 120.48. It's been hanging around this level now for a little while as they are trying to not be front page news anymore with new prime minister after new prime minister after new prime minister. But unfortunately for the UK, the citizens of the UK are about to be hit with, right after Christmas into January, count on it, they're going to be hit with a budget that's just going to cripple them. It's going to cripple their economy, and they're talking 16% inflation, and we may see interest rates at a much, much higher level. Oil, again, down 185, 74.43. We open in 1 minute. We start trading in 1 minute. Thank you for 132 thumbs ups this morning, everybody, for that. If you're able to hit the thumbs up button for me, please do so. Give us some momentum going into this opening. We want to hit 200 as soon as possible. We love you all so much. Thank you for this tremendous support you guys give Jen and I. We are so excited. We're going to be in California a week from today. I will be broadcasting from the south, and we can't wait. Oh, it's getting cold around here in the next couple of days, too. We're leaving just as a cold front is coming in here. It's settling in tomorrow and the day after, and it's going to be one cold day on Friday when we get out of here, but we're excited. Can't wait for that. Thank you all for your support, because without it, we'd be stuck here for the winter, and I don't want to be stuck here for the winter. No. That would not be good. Believe in Rugman. He knows. Let's see what happens. All righty. GameStop put out a statement saying that it was a fake news about a security breach on their customers' data, says Bama Babe. Larry has just rung the bell, so we're up and running. Thank you, Larry, so much for that. We're kicking it into gear. We were down 226 on the pre-market the last I saw, and we're now just up and starting to trade. And at the moment, I think we're down 160 on the Dow as it slowly opens up now. And in the next few minutes, we'll see the full picture of how we're doing here. Thank you all for popping through. Apple looks like we're down 278. Looks like 313 drop on Apple. ATIP is at 50.3 cents. Tesla at 180.52, down 234. GameStop at 25.90, down 27 cents right now. I've got the SoFi down just a nickel. HBQ, I'm not sure if we're up and trading on that yet. Looks like we're down 49 cents to 29.66. These are early trades. We need a little bit of time for this market to come through here and get all the numbers to jive. We'll watch that. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Let's see what else is going on here. Flint Creek is saying today is Cyber Monday. All fans of Bruce's channel get an extra gifts in their package. Just mention Uncle B, and thank you for allowing me to post this. There you go, Flint Creek, the official soap company of Stock Markets with Bruce. Gowdy, there is actual customer data that was leaked. If that was a test, says Gowdy, there's a lot of talk here about what's going on at GameStop with some kind of a leak of some kind. The Dow at the moment, I'm showing it off 100. I've got S&P down 23, NASDAQ down 58. The two NASDAQ, S&P are down about a half a percentage point. The Dow off about a quarter at the moment. And then I got oil down $2 now at 74.24. We were under $74 a barrel this morning at one point. We may be revisiting that again. Apple still off $2.34 a share at 145.77. Tesla down 173 right now. Now down $2 on Tesla, 180.85. ATIP down a fifth of a penny. GameStop down 49 cents to 25.68. We've got SoFi down 1.5 cents. HPQ now down 55. Amazon up $1. Home Depot up $1. Cisco down 22. Pfizer up 37. Netflix down 82. IBM is down 37 cents. Microsoft down 148. Bannock Vectors down 232. Adobe up 290. Goldman down 97. Google down 83. Boeing down 164. Moderna, the good old drug stock, down 63 cents to 175.77. Facebook, Meta Platforms up 29 at 111.70, not going anywhere. Just went red now down a penny. ME unchanged. Rocket Lab up a nickel at 423. Matterport up a half a penny. SmartRent unchanged. Spire down a nickel to 132. Cyxtera down 6 cents. Royal Caribbean up 7 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 9. Carvana up 9. Robinhood up a nickel. BlackBerry up 2 cents. Norwegian and Carnival are both off about a nickel each. Target up 140. JP Morgan down 22. Costco down 341. Walmart up $1. Disney down 61. Nvidia down 34 cents. American Airlines down a dime to 14.40. AMC and Ape shares combined are down 22 cents. And Snowflake up 18. DraftKings getting downgraded down 46 cents to 14.68 right now. So some of the early numbers right now that I see going on here. 70-point drop, 77-point drop on the Dow here. We were down 200, then we come up a little. Now we're down again. Watching that closely, see how things roll along. Welcome to the party, pals. Do not fear the upside. What else? Thank you, everybody. Flint Creek says, thank you, everybody. Olivia, good morning. Bill Coin, computer game sales and related hardware has crashed. It was a surprise. It also derails GameStop's game plan, says Bill. Larry Titus, Flint Creek soap is great for cleaning the crud out of your mouse. How about that? Mirko saying, hi, everybody from Germany. Tiff from Germany, GameStop state bid hit. Oh, yeah. Converti number 145. Thanks, Converti, for that thumbs up, buddy. One, Tiff, what strike and price? One, and date. What did you pick up? How did you do it? GameStop down 20 cents at 25.97 at the moment. We have opening volume on GameStop of 173,000 shares. That is really light. As usual, that's 40-odd thousand pre-split. We got nothing going on here. The Dow at the moment down 55 points. S&P down 14, NASDAQ down 26. This market is trying to figure out what are we supposed to do? Where are we going and why? And the buying is here. There's some computer buying coming in, but then there are those on the sidelines going, we're way up here on this rally. We're in a bear market rally, and tax loss selling is just starting off here. And the China thing and this Ukraine thing and this inflation thing and the Fed speaks in a couple of weeks. What am I supposed to be doing? Yeah, there is uncertainty. We're down 63 now on the Dow. There's a lot of uncertainty up there. Apple down $2 to 146 now, 146.07. Tesla down 121. GameStop is now holding at 26.25, up 8 cents. It would appear it's trying to hold a little gain now. Let's double check that. 26.23. Let's see if I get this to work. There we go. 26.23, up 6 cents. The high today, 26.26. The low of 25.58. We've only had a 50, 70-cent range on the high-low on GameStop so far. Very tentative at this point with real light volume. All right. Tiff says, I got $26 strike expiring this Friday for 76 cents. Nice. Nice little buyback at that nice 1 penny higher than 175. The perfect stink bid to score a 75-cent buyback. Beautifully done. Nicely done. Flint is saying, Larry, laugh aloud. I have no mouse. Here we go. J-Boy. Any thoughts on ATIP and its non-compliance notice in the news this morning? I got nothing. If anybody has any details, let me know. Let's see. Tiff says, I sold it for $3.14 on the 18th of November. So he sold it 10 days ago for $3.14, bought it at 76 cents. Giddy up. Sold a strike of $26.50 for December the 9th for 184. I like this game. I like this game. Buy down here, sell one up here, let it go down, buy it here, sell one up here. I love this. This is called making money again and again and again. You got that right, buddy. That is called making money. And why not? Down 77 on the Dow. ATIP at 50.3 cents. Volume on the stock so far. ATIP 18,700. Street doesn't seem to care about anything there. I don't have any other news at this point on ATIP as far as this server goes. So I'm not sure what's the deal. We're waiting to see. Tesla down 116, Apple down 217, GameStop negative again, 2601 down 16 cents. GameStop has yet again gone into the red. There we go. The Dow off 77 points at the moment. Okay. All right. Now we're down 85 on the Dow. A little more red coming through. I am writing for my December 9th to go lower. I am waiting for my December 9th to go lower before I buy back. I sold for 237. Currently it's 101. It's dropping every day. I'll buy back when it's 75 cents and I'll write in February. There you go. He's got December 9s that expires. That's not this Friday, but next Friday. We're talking 10 trading days. That's it. And they're at 101, and that means a dime a day in losses for those calls, just based on a straight line depreciation right there. Nicely done. Keep an eye on the one you want to write, but make sure that trying to get this last 25 cents doesn't cost you 50 cents in depreciation on the next one. So you may find that at 96, 92, 93, you might pull a pin there and go right over to February, write that high premium call, and move up with that cash on hand. Keep your eye on that one. Deep Value, GTLS is on a tear this week again. Haven't seen it slow down yet. I have no idea what that is. DQ, ATIP, the company said it plans to cure the deficiency and is weighing all available options to do so, including a potential reverse stock split subject to shareholder approval. They have to ask the shareholders if they're going to do it. France, ATIP is planning a reverse stock split to remain on the NYSE. Laugh out loud, it is getting delisted. Haha. Well, I'm buying more regardless. There you go. Is that 8 GameStop contracts expiring December 16th with a $30 strike. I'm buying back for 101. Sold those for $350. What do you think about that? I love it. I love it. It's a wonderful profit on a $350 contract. There's $250 in your pocket. And now take a look at January or February, looking for some nice premiums. You may want to look at maybe 28s instead of 30s, a little closer in, further out, a lot more money. You bet. Time to bring cash into the house. And if that allows you to buy another deep in the money call or two, bingo, you're writing even more. Options Nomads. We had a bonus day in Frankfurt, Germany on our way back to the U.S. over the weekend. I now know what schnitzel is thanks to covered calls at Uncle Bruce. Well, if you're going to find out what schnitzel is, doing it in Frankfurt is not a bad idea. That's not bad. Vienna would be another place to do it, but anywhere in Germany to find out what schnitzel is. Yes, indeed. Well-made veal schnitzel. Oh, that's good stuff. A bonus day in Frankfurt. Way to go. And I guess welcome home. Must have been a heck of a trip. These are memories that'll last a lifetime. Very well done. Welcome home, guys. This is great stuff. Yeah, baby. Bratkartoffel, which is refried potatoes. Pretty good. Rotkohl, which is red cabbage, or sauerkraut with schnitzel. Oh my gosh! And wild mushrooms, wild mushroom gravy. To die for. Why do you think Germans have beer bellies? It's not the beer. No. Fool of a took. I wrote 18 ATIP calls between 30 and 35 cents. I bought them all back today for a dime. I'll take that deal. Nice going. Nice going. Scoring that game. Thank you very much. Shares want to pop up a little bit. You can write them again. We'll do it again. Giddy up. Nice going there, fool of a took. Well done. The Dow down 146. We have backed off again. Here we go. Down 20 on S&P, down 22 now on NASDAQ. So the Dow is down 0.41, S&P down 0.51, NASDAQ down 0.21. So it's negative, but not badly negative. But momentum now. The question is this going to build? We didn't have a pop in the first 12 minutes of the day. We didn't have an up move of significant purport. Nothing. We have more selling coming in now into the 15-minute mark. Does this gain strength? Will people join in and go, I think I'm going to take my money off the table and not be long certain stocks? That could be happening here. We'll see. Apple right now down 193 at 146. There hasn't been a major drop off there yet. Tesla's holding its own. It's up 14 cents to 183. I don't even know why it's green. I have no idea. This, I think, was going under 150. ATIP is at 51, up a half a penny. GameStop, 26.27, up a dime, trying to hang on. SoFi down a half a penny. HBQ down 54. Amazon up 241. Home Depot down 137. Cisco down 19. Pfizer down 6. Netflix up 239. IBM down 53. Microsoft down 198. Vanik down 119. So more red than green, as to be expected with the red across the board on the indexes. Let's see what happens. Okay. Matthew, number 147. I feel like the shirt, Uncle Bruce. I'm thinking about getting one for Christmas. I love this. Love the shirt. Just head to the Redbubble store on my homepage, or I think the link is down below. I think you'll find the link down below. And you can order up your own shirt or sweatshirt. I got me a sweatshirt and a shirt. And, of course, I've got my Rugman travel mug right here, which is heading south with us. Fabulous. Beautiful. Rugman lives. Hawkeye, number 150. Welcome, Hawkeye, to the show today. Glad you're here with us. Deep value. The VIX 2217. It's rising, isn't it? Isn't the VIX? Yeah, it's going up. The VIX is right. That's bad. The higher the VIX goes, the more uncertainty entering the market. It's up 8% today, the VIX. So just to give you an overall vibe, the VIX is rising. That's negative for the stock market. Just watch that. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Little things, little tiny things. Apple down 173, Tesla up $1.11. GameStop now just up 8 cents, 26.26. I don't think we're going anywhere here. That is the story at the moment. Unbelievable. Thanks again to all of you out there for your tremendous support of this channel. It is so much appreciated. Thank you all for being with us and following us as lurkers, as subscribers, and subscriber lurkers. Love our subscriber lurkers. Thank you all for being here. Also, as members of this channel, thank you. You are the backbone of the channel. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was just looking at the statistics the other day, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's no way I could survive off of the YouTube advertising revenue and the premium revenue we receive. Because some of you watch YouTube and you don't get ads because you bought that premium thing. And I think I get about $60 a month from you premium watchers. Thank you, premium watch. $60 a month is what I get. $15 a week, $2 a day from premium watchers. Thank you. The advertising is so low. It's $250 a month. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Because we don't have 20,000 views a day on this live show. This live show is so specialized. I know there's 282 of you here, and I bet you almost all of you are into writing options. It's a specialized channel, but you guys are the 1%ers that are really making money in this market. The rest are floundering out there, I'm sure. So thank you all for this support. It's so much appreciated. Jen and I are very grateful for that. And speaking of Jen, Miss Jennifer has just arrived. How are you today?
Good. What are you wearing?
What am I wearing? She said, "Oh, as if she doesn't know." Yes, yes, indeed. I had to take off the sweatshirt because it gets so warm in here.
It does.
And
the red looks good though.
Yeah, it does. It's a real great contrast. It's great. I mean, the poster is here, but how this pops off the shirt is amazing.
Yeah.
It really just
really red back there.
Yeah. It's pretty cool bean stuff, man. Pretty cool bean stuff. Thank you all. I just got a message a few moments ago from Options Nomads, the two the two
Wanderers.
of them. They were in Europe, I think at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They said here we had a bonus day in Frankfurt, Germany.
Okay.
On our way back to the U.S. over the weekend. I now know what schnitzel is, thanks to Covered Calls and Uncle Bruce.
They had schnitzel.
They had the real deal over there.
Yeah, it's not what you eat here.
It's not what you eat. No. There's schnitzel.
That's a cutlet.
Yeah, there's cutlets here. We have schnitzel in North America that's made with chicken. It has to be veal.
Pound it so.
Got to be pounded to 1/8 of an inch max, and then breaded and done right.
It's all about the fry.
It's all about the deep fry. Oh yeah. The Germans know what they're doing when it comes to schnitzel. So does the Viennese, the Austrians, the Swiss. They know.
I love it. It's so big it fills the plate.
It fills the plate if it's done right.
So your sides are literally on the side.
In bowls. They're in bowls. John Anderson says, hello, Jen. Good morning. Larry Titus, good morning, Jen. Mando, number 5, 159 thumbs ups. JR is here. Good morning, AJ. Did you see the video, Auntie Jen? Because
I love the video.
JR made the video.
It is so good.
We forwarded it. We forwarded that thing.
Oh,
we've had reactions from all the relatives. Yeah. They go, what is that? That's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. That's
so
cool.
fun.
That
so
channel
good.
of yours is unbelievable. Yeah. Olivia.
These people, they are so creative.
Oh, it's lovely. Good morning, Jen from Olivia. And thanks to, Paul Guitar for those riffs. Oh man. Also, Alex, good morning, Jen from Alex in London.
Good morning, Alex.
DQ, it's Steeler Monday, says DQ.
It is.
DQ to AJ, it is Steeler Monday.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nothing happens later
when the
today.
whole world is watching.
That's right.
We're waiting all day for Monday night.
I got this sent to me.
From
Anton. Anton sent that to us.
Nice.
Sent that to us on
Look
Friday.
at the tan you had.
Look at the tan I had in Deutschland. Oh my gosh, that was something.
So I read this morning that the Canadian banks are all coming out going, ooh, you know that estimate we had? We're just going to pull back on that a little bit.
What estimate?
Their earnings are coming out this week. And none of them are going to meet their earnings.
Oh, the banks aren't going to earn their earnings numbers.
No. So they're doing that. We're going to pull back today. So when it comes out on Wednesday, we'll say we made our estimate.
Yeah, that's right. We exceeded our lowered estimates. Our stock should go up. There you go. Yeah. And management should get big fat cash bonuses.
Yes,
because we made less money like we said we would. Oh, yes, great. Please. Thank you for that upfront thing. Yeah, Pulse Guitar. Pulse Guitar was amazing, says JR. The shredding blows me away. Thank you, Pulse Guitar. There he is. Okay. Sick. The video's out. I have to find out this way. Jeff, laughing out loud. Pulse, where were you on Friday? Where were you on my channel? I did a community post with a link to the video. Don't you pay attention to the community post of this channel?
We can't just post it.
It was up there. Well, not us, but it's done by JR. He put it up there. Jimmy Wilkes, good morning, Auntie Jen, says Jimmy Wilkes. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party, all you guys. It's great to have you here.
It is another fun week. It's getting cold here.
Yeah, but by the end of the week, it just won't
Winter's
matter,
getting
will it?
cold.
Doesn't matter at the end of the week anymore. No.
It's not December yet, and it's just so dark. I can hardly wait for the middle of December to come.
Well, to start turning the other direction, please.
I know.
Yes. Yes, we'll solve that problem in a couple of steps. First, we'll head
Few
south,
steps.
and so we have short days, but they're warmer.
That's true.
So we say goodbye to pine trees and say hi to palm trees. That's our first
So-
solution.
You just turn on the patio light, and you still stay outside.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. You still
And
stay
there's no
outside.
mosquitoes.
Not this time of year. No.
I don't know if other places in the world get mosquitoes like we do, because
Up here.
other people say, "Oh, we've got mosquitoes." No, you don't. We can saddle our mosquitoes.
That's true. We can ride them.
They're easy to hit because they're large
Unbelievable.
and insistent. Yes,
They never give up. They never surrender.
they never surrender.
Alex,
what it
thank you so
is.
much, Alex. That just came out. If you see it,
I see a star.
oh, you didn't see it. We only get the message for a second on alert, but you'll see it right here.
Is Alex sending a Christmas gift?
Alex, I think, has made a donation towards Anti-Gen's surgery,
That's very lovely. Thank
And
you.
and he's not the
He
only
has to
one.
save his money. He's got children needing Christmas presents.
Or he's making so much money
Or
writing options.
He's making so much money writing options.
Thank you, Alex.
That's lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
All of
so
you out there
much.
who've been doing these donations to Anti-Gen's hip surgery,
It's
thank you
it's
so much.
just so heartwarming.
It
We
is.
have a great community.
We do have a great
When the
community.
world seems to be a dumpster fire, we really like each other.
Well, there's that. That's right.
We just have to get the rest of the world to be like our community.
Paul's guitar says, "Bro, stuck solo with the kids. I didn't know. I didn't see it."
Oh no.
Jr. Oh, dude, Uncle Bruce posted it. Flint Creek. Good morning, Anti-Gen. Jr. Well, we
Morning,
still have a little work to do.
ladies.
There will be an update. Paul's guitar is crying and laughing. Alex, Jen, not much, but I've sent a little donation to the Hip Fund. Love from Alex and family. Thank you so
Lovely.
much. Jimmy, we have relentless mosquitoes in Houston. Alex, don't worry. The children won't go short of presents. Don't worry. Coyote, there's that, says Coyote. Dude, JR, great video. DQ is
It's
saying,
so good.
puts on presents. The puts on the presents.
I find this year, it feels like our decorations are up earlier than they normally are. Like we've got a lot of houses that have their
Yeah.
lights up.
Around here, no?
But it was a lovely fall, and maybe people just took advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean,
And they normally do put the lights up in September. You just don't turn.
well,
them
and
on
the snow
until
came
December.
2.5 weeks ago. We got a dump of snow here, like 8 inches,
Yeah.
and then it got cold, like for a week after that. It was really cold, and then for the
Yeah,
last 10
yeah.
days, we got into the 45, 55 range for like
We
10
got our
days,
Chinook in.
and then that died 2 days ago. It's now blowing out, and we're about to go very cold here.
So you think
So
were
people
just
had this window.
anticipating?
Well, they had this early
Yeah.
December or late November window to now decorate their pine trees out in their front lawn or put up whatever they want to put up in the
Yeah.
lawn. And that's been happening. But now with this cold weather settling in for this next foreseeable future, I don't know what's going to happen. But
yeah, like I see lit Christmas trees in people's windows.
yeah, well, yeah, there are those
They've
who
got the
can't wait.
Christmas tree up.
They can't wait. Yeah. In our house, as a kid in the 60s, my parents bought a real tree up until 66, 68,
City
69.
people.
And then after
buying a
that,
tree.
it was the artificial tree. After 1970, it began, I think, the shift, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
And if you had a real tree, you only had like a 2-week window. I mean, you couldn't have a real tree in your house for 6 weeks. The hot,
Yeah.
dry air coming up from your furnace down below.
You'd have a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh,
tree.
all the needles would fall off, and it would just be a mess. So the
Yeah.
tree only had a limited time frame. But with artificial trees, you could set up much earlier.
Now, when
I'd
you were
say-
little, did you string popcorn and cranberry?
No. My mother had intricate glass
Well, she
Christmas
had those
decorations.
beautiful German glass.
They were of-
pickles and
They were of the
things. Yeah.
but she was a very frugal shopper. She would buy Christmas decorations the week after
Always.
Christmas and load up for the next Christmas. So
Absolutely.
we had the lights and the streamers and all that stuff. What do they call that chrome stuff?
The chrome stuff.
The
Tinsel.
Tinsel. We had the tinsel, and then we had the
Did you
lighting.
have to take the tinsel off so they could reuse it?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, we did. But that was left to my sisters, and they
Oh,
kind of liked it. They had the
Ah,
delicate
okay.
little fingers they
Little
could do it
picky
with.
work.
Where my mom would say, "Reach up there and bring down the glass decorations." She had the box, and then together I would hand her those. She put them in with the tissue paper around them. Remember that? Then they had the lid
Yeah.
to protect them,
Yeah.
and she packed the box. She didn't put the tinsel on. She didn't put the decorations on the bottom and then all the heavy stuff on top. Oh no! There was a way to do it, but tinsel was done by my sisters.
Our smartest thing was getting our mom, probably 100 8-inch long plastic icicles
Oh, okay.
that reflected the lights. So they looked very pretty. So we didn't have to do tinsel anymore.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Plastic fake tinsel.
Yes. Yeah.
Tinsel substitute.
That was sturdy and easy to take off tree.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
Though very often the tinsel just stayed on the tree and out it went.
Well, the tree when you threw the tree out.
Yes.
Yeah, when you throw
I
out
see
the
that.
tree. Yeah.
My cousins, who are still out on the farm, they keep their Christmas trees. They usually have 2, maybe 3 Christmas trees like around the farm or in their house. And we get together in July. The family gets together and we burn the Christmas trees. We have a huge bonfire.
What, does everyone bring their tree? You don't keep. Not all the households will do it.
No,
Just the farm.
We just do there, but it's usually 3 trees,
That's
and we're talking big trees.
Oh, okay.
These are good 20-footers.
Oh, the real. Oh man.
And by June they're nice and dry.
Jeez, first you chop down a living thing like that, which adds to global warming because you're not producing oxygen. And then you burn the sucker
Yeah,
to create even more carbon. I mean, you farmers.
I tell you.
Farmers are the worst.
I know.
tell
I
you.
don't even know how you eat the bread.
How do you even eat it? How do you even eat the bread? How do you people eat bread? These hardworking farmers.
Yeah.
How do you handle a bagel? Oh, by the
Yeah,
way,
it's
handling a bagel.
Oh, a bagel made out of wheat.
Uh-huh.
The farmers grow.
That farmers grow that burn Christmas
And
trees
milk.
in the summer.
The dairies bring in.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Those darn pesky
Those
farmers. They're into-
Burping and farting cows.
They're into everything, those farmers.
How'd you like to be one of those scientists that measures the amount of methane that comes out of cattle?
Well, I don't think I want to be doing that.
I know.
I don't. No, don't want to be doing that.
I don't even think I want to know how they do it.
Dude says, I forgot about the thumbs ups. I'm having so much fun here.
Oh,
Alex, yeah, the rug pull clip was great too. Well done for everybody. JR and Pulse Guitar. Miraculous APE shares 90% off.
oh,
Deal. Flint Creek, we burn our tree, plant it in the snow, and
See?
light it up.
there you go.
JR, I always wanted one of those white tinsel trees with the rotating lights. They were so cool. My parents never ponied up for one. Coyote,
know,
Miraculous,
right?
smiling, laughing.
Those white or purple or pink metallic trees you could get.
Hey, we're guilty too. We have.
Hey, we got a fake.
I think we have a fake tree in our storage.
Yeah, where you
we keep
shove
those?
it in and then you have to like
Bring down
open
the
it
boughs.
up and
Open it up.
make it
I
pretend
mean, the
it's
last
real.
time we set up our Christmas tree, it would have been in Creston. Would have been, I don't know, before COVID.
No, would have been
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I don't know. We
Don't
don't know. That's the way that is. Alex, Uncle Bruce, that was a subtle move to move the conversation on to bagels. That was subtle.
See that? Nice segue.
You know,
There you go.
yeah.
So what would you like to have on your bagel? You have a bit of sweatshirt on.
I was just thinking about the segue that Colin Mockery did to when he was doing greatest hits.
on whose line
yeah.
is it?
Yeah. Can't remember how we
It's so
did that
funny.
to get to Pat Benatar. Uh,
Yeah, I have to look it
I have
up
to
here
look
this
that up.
afternoon.
You guys want to laugh? Go to YouTube and look up Colin Montgomery, Colin
Mockery.
Mockery, Colin Mockery, Mochrie,
Mochery.
ERY, no,
I think
IE, Colin Mockery.
Oh, that's
Whose
right.
line
I
is it
don't know
anyway?
that.
Look for Colin Mockery videos. Just so fun. Oh my god.
And the one where he can't tell what sex people are.
Oh gosh,
and
the
make you pee your
party
pants.
quirks. Yeah, yeah. He's supposed to inspect people to see what kind of sex they are.
He's just unsure.
I'm just not sure. Is that a boy or a girl? I can't tell for
Can't
sure. I can't. Oh, too much fun. Too much fun. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. I think today is Grape Jelly Day. I think
And
has
it's
to be.
Monday.
It's Monday. It's our last week here.
It is.
This is it. A week today. We're on the air from down south.
Gotta start packing.
We got to start packing. Come on, gosh.
What
Oh.
goes? What stays?
Oh, we have work to do here. We have things we have to do. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
And I don't know if the world knows this, but I really like to do needlework.
Mhm.
I got my crocheting, and I have a bunch of yarn, and I would really like to take it away. Which means there's only so much room in that suitcase. So if yarn goes, clothes don't.
There it is. But the good news about clothes,
How many clothes can I wear on the plane?
there's that. But the other thing about clothes is you're going to Southern California. The
That's
outlet
true.
mall is
I'm
just
not-
over there.
I'm not taking heavy parkas and heavy sweaters. No.
And there's Costco here with clothing deals,
I know.
Super Walmart across the
But,
street, the
You know, at the end
Targets.
of those months, we come back. I have to pack all that stuff.
You have to pack that to take it back.
Mhm.
Although theoretically you've used up the yarn, but then you've made items
That's
with the
right.
yarn.
So
Now you have to get rid of those items to other people, so you don't take those items back with you.
There you
So you have
go.
the room to, and you know, and I know.
It's complicated.
Let's cut to the quick, okay? She's gonna buy more yarn down there to keep on. Yeah, this never ends.
How can you see that?
How could I say that? How could I say a thing like that?
Last year, I brought back a quilt. It was really nice. So
It was nice.
I really liked the pattern. I thought it was very pretty.
It was very pretty.
It's not a quilt. It's like a bedspread.
It was a bedspread.
It was heavy.
Yeah.
And what is it doing? It's sitting in storage.
It's sitting in storage right now. That's right. Because when we do move into a permanent place someday, it will come out.
I got the bed covered.
Got the
We're
bed
good.
covered. And then every night, we're going to have to move the damn thing.
No, we'll sleep under it.
That's,
Warm and cozy.
yeah, like you need
I need
extra
the
layers to keep warm. Yeah. Furnace.
Yeah, I got my own internal heating going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Canadian. Yeah.
That's right.
Made for hibernation. Made for hibernating.
That's right.
But you
Okay.
gotta look good when you lay in that bed.
That's yes.
It's all about how
When
you look.
people come over, you know.
Well, okay. Sure.
Hey, we have
Hey.
people down in the valley
We have people.
who could be invited to come over.
Really?
Yes. And because we live in a warm place during the winter, we have friends, neighbors, and relatives who would like to come.
Oh, there's let's put it this way. There is no shortage of Canadians
Yes.
who are looking forward to visiting Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen for a week or so, because a hotel down there at $300 a night, 7
The hotels
nights,
don't have us.
and the hotels don't have us. Well, there's that, yeah, and the pool across the way, and yeah, for sure.
Oh no, hotels have those.
Well, they have those, but you've got all the extra fees and services on top of the hotel,
Absolutely.
where hang out on Uncle
We don't
Bruce and
charge
Auntie
that
Jen's.
tourist tax.
We don't do that, and of course they go with us to the Costco and go to the alcohol section and go, what?
I can't
1.5 giant liter of rum for $15.99? I'll take 2. No, you can't. Don't do.
The only thing that makes me feel better is that I see other Canadians when they first arrive, because I go total Canadian fangirl when I hit that alcohol. That this giant bottle of vodka that probably tastes like bark, but it's $10.
$10.
I have to buy it.
Even bad vodka is a good deal at $10.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to drink it, just pour it in your gas tank and rev the
There you
engine up
go.
on your car. Although
Use it for fire
we
starter.
don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
No, you save that for guests. Say, hey, would you like one of
And
these
because so many
vodkas?
of us do it, people don't even stare at your cart.
They
They're just
don't even stare at it.
Canadian.
Oh, another
Canadian.
fellow Canadian.
That's right. Snowbird.
It's actually fellow snowbird
Snowbird
because there's so
comes down.
many of them down there. That's true.
And that's with California tax.
Even with who cares?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, man.
Go. Lucky.
Go Rugman. Go Rugman is right. All righty. Splair, good morning, Splair. Someone would like to open an account on what is it? Not an option. So you get 50 for every invite. I see. Splair will refer you to another brokerage firm for a finder fee. False Guitar, just watch the video. Oh, Jeff, this is good stuff. I'm laughing on this one. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, we always buy our decorations the day after Christmas. I have so much of everything we can open a store. I have the train set around the tree and the nutcrackers and other decorations. Oh my gosh, out of control. Flint Creek, I take my crochet on the plane. Shipping is an option. Alex, more knitting equals less hitting. Uncle Bruce, this is a win for you. I'm seeing if she throws it over to up of me first and then hits me, I've got some padding. Exactly. JR, Uncle Bruce just geared down on GameStop. I rolled in a month. I got 527s for December 16 for 228. Thank you, Market, for your generous cooperation. Rock and roll, man. Thank you, Market. Way to go, JR. Well done. 26.29 on GameStop, up just 12 cents. The Dow is off 157 right now. We got ATIP at 46 cents, down 4.6 cents this morning. Tesla 185.33 up 240. Apple down 230 to 145.79. GameStop up 12. SoFi down 6. HBQ down 47 cents to 29.68. Amazon at 95.20 up 179. Home Depot down 9 cents. Cisco down 22. Pfizer up 19. Netflix up 167 right now, 287 a share. IBM down 68 cents. Microsoft down $3. We got Vanik down 95 cents. Adobe up just 55. It's backed off this morning. Goldman is down 376 to 385 now. Google down 44 cents to 97.16. Boeing is down $3 a share at 175.28. Moderna up $5 to 181.44. Meta Platforms down 81. ME down 4 cents. Rocket Lab up 2.5. Matterport down 7. SmartRent down 7. Spire down 2. Cyxtera down 16. Those are the early indicators right now. Just Rocket Lab higher, everything else lower at the moment. Target up 250. JP Morgan down 120. Costco down $1.50. Costco at $5.32 a share. $532 trading at 40 times earnings. Unsustainable. That can't be done. Target is trading at 165.91. Target up 253, as I said. The PE multiple, I'm waiting for that to kick in here, see if that'll show. 165.97, trading at 22.6, a little high, maybe by about 20-25%, a little too high. So stock could be $30 lower, $40 lower. I don't know. Target has had a good run lately, got to say, but it's come from a long ways. We were, oh my gosh, here looking at 6 months ago, the year to date. Back in April, the stock was $250 a share in April. Then we hit the low of 137 only by the end of June. And here we are at 166. So this is still a way off from its last year's high. Unbelievable. Target has just had the crap kicked out of it. But this is a retailer story. This is a true retailer, a U.S. retailer story. Supply chain issues, oversupply, massive discounts to drop inventory down, now into the Christmas rush. And the problem that Target has is there are retailers out there that don't have inventory problems like that Target had, or may still have. And there are retailers who are discounting their goods to compete with the Target discounting to maintain market share. And so now Target is in a race to the bottom. There's a race to the bottom in retail to get customers in the front door, and no one's making money. That is the issue in retail. And what are we wondering about with GameStop? Are they in a issue here, a situation where Walmart, Best Buy, and other retailers are in competition with them for gaming revenues, consoles, games, and so on? Some stores might use the electronics as a loss leader to get people in to buy the other stuff. I don't know how bad it is. We don't have the financials out yet, even for the third quarter on GameStop until next week or two. We're waiting. Cindy B, Auntie Jen, you buy a hollow neck pillow and stuff it with yarn. There you see. There you go. Tricks of the crocheting trade. Good Lord Almighty, can you imagine? Oh my gosh, we're surrounded by experts here. What can I say? All righty, there you have it. We're down 172 now on the Dow, and we're down 25 on S&P. We're down 50 on Nasdaq. The Dow's down 0.5%, S&P down 0.6, Nasdaq down 0.47. They're about even on the drop right now. We've got the VIX up 7%. We have oil down $1.10 to 75.18 a barrel. That's what we have this morning. 43 minutes into the trading day right now, everybody. Welcome to the show. 26.31 on GameStop, up 14 centinos is all we're able to muster right now with a volume of 173,000 shares. This is not good at all on the volume side of things. Make it 330,000. I just got an update. 330,000. So 160, 80,000 volume, 82,000 volume pre-split. No, we're not going anywhere. That can't hold a game. You can't. That's not going to last very long. I don't see it. Down 165 on the Dow Jones. Okay. Lots of things to wonder about going through here. With tax loss coming, hasn't been mentioned much yet. Flint Creek Soap Company, great idea. I am one that has to keep my hands busy. I get it. As far as putting the wool inside a neck pillow, a hollow neck pillow. Interesting. Yeah. How to make it work on the airport side of things. Interesting. Never a dull moment, isn't it? Yeah. So there you go. Thankfully for Jen and I, our flight will be 3 hours. It's not. You got takeoff, that's 20 minutes to get up to elevation, then you got a 35-40 minute decline back down, and you got barely 2 hours at cruising altitude. There you go. Lots to keep one engaged, looking out the window and heading south. Looking forward to it. Thank you all for helping us get there. Without you, we'd be stuck up here. It would not be pretty. 26.41 on GameStop, 26.38 to 41 it would appear on GameStop, as GameStop is trying to somehow rise in a down day market. We'll see how long this lasts. 26.29, I just saw a trade go through. We're only up 12 cents instead of 23. You tell me where this is going. I don't know. JR, HPQ is taking off. Yikes. Is it? I don't think so. Coyote heading west and feeling blessed. There you go. HPQ 29.68 down 47 cents at the moment. That's what I see it doing. Trading a PE multiple 9.7 PE multiple. It used to be a 5 PE multiple last week. Now it's 9.7 because the latest financials that came out, still cheap. It is still cheap. So the stock's downside is limited, it would seem. And that's why this is a very good stock to acquire, or the deep in the money calls to acquire on this one, to write options on conservatively going forward. Down 138 on the Dow, 21 on S&P, 46 on the Nasdaq. Okay. There you go. All righty. Watching headlines go through here. Miss Jen.
Watching bagel come in.
Watching a bagel coming in for a landing. How about that? Thank you, Miss Jennifer.
Are you still doing this one?
Yeah, I'll just take one of these. Just hold it up for me. And actually, you can take that guy away, and I'll use that now.
There you go.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Yoink.
Yoink. Go Rugman. JR says, no, it wasn't HPQ going up. It was X. It was US Steel going up. Congratulations, US Steel. Welcome all to the party. Great to have you here on the Monday, November 28th, our last Monday in November for 2022. Thank you all for joining me for my little bagel break. Love that you're here and joining us today. And we'll see how this week works out. There's all kinds of things going on. Watching turmoil everywhere. Oh my goodness. 26.33 on GameStop. Yeah, baby. Bagel. Yeah, babe. Lovely. Thank you all for your kind words. Saying hi to Jen for us. Yeah, Jen and I got a lot on our plate right now. It's been a busy week already. This week it's countdown. Countdown panic time. Oh boy. So good. Lovely. Lovely. Crunchy. Delicious. Oh yeah, so nice. Fabulous to have you here. Thank you, everybody. $181 thumbs up. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for keeping those in here. I'm going to thank you in one way that I know how, and hit those neat emojis. Neat around the world. The neat emoji explosion is on. Thank you all for throwing these thumbs ups our direction. I'm throwing neat emojis out there. Karen is saying, for some reason I've been eating more bagels lately. I'm using my membership for those knee emojis, says JR. That's right, baby. We get to use the knee emojis. DH Ruta is throwing those knee emojis around now. You gotta love this, baby. Knee. The knee attack is on. The Knights of Knee will take care of the market for you. We'll make the market go whatever direction you want it to go. Mirko knows. Mirko is in on it. DQ is in on it. Oh, yeah, baby. Here come the knee emojis. There's no stopping this attack. DQ is there. Larry Titus is there. Neat. Here they come, one after the other. No stopping the knee emojis once you let them out of the cage. Thanks, Kareem. JR, thank you. Way to go, JR. We're underway. Neat. YouTube is being overrun with knee emojis. The Knights of Knee are everywhere. Spicy Android. Neat. Pulse guitar. Time machine. Karen. Neat. There are people all over this planet who are clicking the knee emojis and saying the word neat at the same time all over the place, and their children and spouses and friends are deeply concerned for their mental health and safety.
Mm-mm-mm. How's the family doing? Oh, everybody's great. Listen, I heard a rumor that Uncle So and So spends the whole morning watching this homeless Canadian guy on YouTube, and he yells at the top of his lungs, "Neat, neat, 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 neat," in his room. Is that true? What's going on? Splair TV. There we go. Even in Dortmund, they're hitting the knee emojis. And the individual being asked says, "Well, it's better that they use that knee emoji and yell out knee in the room rather than on the driveway in front of the house. Let's keep them inside." Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Deuce to Boost, number 185 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you. 187 thumbs ups are in. 13 to go. That's beautiful. Mm, mm, mm. JR. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go sub at the school, and I gotta trade options. I'm such a loser. Go get them, JR. Go get them. Teach the kids how to write stock options. There's a new lesson for you. Have fun, JR, says Marco. Neat, 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 neat. Mm. Dude, here are some knee emojis. It's a beautiful thing. Wouldn't it be cool if a bunch of kids from school were to come home one day, mom and dad say, "Oh, what'd you learn at school today?" And the little boy or girl says, "Oh, I learned how to write stock options and enjoy upside gains on the shrinkage." Parents would look at each other going, "What the hell are you talking about? We didn't learn that in our school." "Oh yeah, mom, I'm going to become self-employed. I'm not going to work in some darn cubicle like you and dad do. No, no, no. I'm not going to have a boss overbearing on my life. I'm taking control of my life. I'm going to become self-employed. I'm going to write stock options. That's how I'm going to make my living. I'm going to travel the world like Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen do. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to be like deep value investing. I'm going in here, baby. I'm going to write options, and I'm going to make a ton of money in this market. And heck with the man. Heck with the man. No man's telling me what to do. Jude is saying, "Uncle Bruce, Wednesday night really inspired me. Finally closed my index fund this morning because I realized I'm making more on average with options." There you go. These realizations, you have to figure it out for yourself. You can write options and make so much more. Do your own thing rather than some analyst or some entity out there who's going to take nothing but management fees off you. Congratulations. Well done. $188 thumbs up. Thank you. Neat, 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 neat. Beach Boys here. Neat emojis coming from Israel. Neat, 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 neat. 188 thumbs ups. 12 to go, people. Get us to 200. Come on. Dow's down 200. We're going down on the market. Apple down $3. GameStop down 2 cents. Here we go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. The knee emojis are taking over the market. Down goes the Dow. Oh, baby. Mr. Premium of the option. Here comes Rugman. Oh, baby. Neat, 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 neat. I'm also changing brokerages, says dude, and starting towards poor man cover calls this month. Vanguard wouldn't prove me for level 3 options. I'm getting sick of their platform. Plus, they charge money, buck on either side of the contract. Who are you going to call, says JR. Nick, oh no, the market's going down. Such a shame that I sold you that call last week when the market pumped for no reason. That's a bummer. That's too bad. I'll tell you what, I'll buy that call back off you. Let me see how much change I can gather up. Maybe I can pick up a few pennies and offer you a few pennies on the dollar you gave me. I'm a nice guy. I'll help you get some money back. Yeah, baby. GameStop 2606, down 11. Here we go. Gaudy's saying to dude, try options level 2 on Fidelity. See if you get approved over there. There you go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Down 200 on the Dow. 9 thumbs ups to go. 191. Thank you, everybody. Right on. Hit those thumbs up buttons, people. 9 left to get. NASDAQ backing off. Down 92 on NASDAQ. So good. So good. My, oh my, oh my. Thank you, everybody. JR, use Tastyworks. Easy to get approved with those guys. They only charge $1 per option trade and only on one side, not the closing trade. Splitter, I like first trade. 0 fees on trades. People keeping each other posted around here. That's the best part of this channel. That's why you want to be a member. Join this channel today. Love to have you here. Deep Value Investing, thank you so much for these neat emojis. Telling the world, we're the Knights of Neat. 196 thumbs ups, 4 away from 200 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Rugman to the rescue, you all. Rugman to your rescue. Oh, beautiful stuff. Congratulations to those of you who are saying goodbye to your day job and hello to your self-employed world where you are going to write options and you're going to do some traveling this year. I believe there are a number of my viewers that are going to go on some trips they had never thought that they would do until they were going to be in their 60s or 70s. I have a suspicion there are people here in their 30s and 40s and 50s who are going to take trips this year they never thought would ever be in their relatively near future. And I'm so excited for you folks. The world of discovery is at your fingertips. And the phone is going with you. The big ass iPad is going with you. And you're going to be trading options from wherever you are. It doesn't matter. Dude, what is the correct value minimum for level 3 on Fidelity versus Tastyworks? Any idea, Coyote? Or JR? Vanguard has me at level 2, but I can't get margin till level 3 on Vanguard. I need margin to write poor man cover call. Yes, you do. You do need a margin account to write it. Apply immediately when you get into these platforms for a margin account. go for level 2 to level 3, whatever you need. Make sure you can write Poor Man Covered Calls. 198 thumbs ups, everyone. Thank you so much. We are 2 away from the big 200 today. People responding to dude, letting them know what they know and what they think. 199 on the thumbs up meter. Here we are, right on the edge, baby. 200 thumbs ups coming in yet again. Thank you all so very much. There it is right there, 200. I see it. It just clicked in there. 200 thumbs ups have come through. Thank you guys for your continued backing of this channel. I love you. Thank you. 181 dip on the Dow. ATIP is at 49.8 again. It's only down 0.7 of a cent. It's rebounded again. Tesla 184.10 up 124. Apple down $3. GameStop down 8 cents, 26.09. SoFi down a dime. HBQ down 59 cents. Any of you out there looking for a serious bargain, pick up some ATIP. Around here, 49.50 cents. Steal this stuff. Steal it. Just steal it. Management knows that they've got to get that stock going to maintain their listing on the New York Exchange, which they will. They have remedies in place, but scoop up this cheap paper that's lying around and take it away from those who have given up on that stock. Take it away from these people. This is your chance. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. Constantine, neat. Rock and roll kids, deep value investing, and stock markets with Bruce and everyone else hitting those knee emojis. Pulse Guitar, once y'all wrote Poor Man Covers, is that all you do? Any reason to own the stock if you're just looking for a premium income? I haven't done Poor Man Cover Calls yet. One of the best parts about Poor Man Cover Call is you have stock now. You sell the stock and you buy Poor Man Cover Calls instead under the 90-10 rule I talk about. If you do it right, you should be able to double the number of shares you're going to write going forward immediately. You should be able to get your hands on deep in the money calls for less than half the price of your stock position, and maybe even less than that. Some of you have pulled off a triple where you've sold 100 shares of stock, whatever, and you've turned it into 3 deep in the money call options, which allows you to write 3 calls instead of 1 call. That's a tripling of your revenue into your account, which of course speeds up the process of being able to buy another deep in the money call and write a 4th contract now. So now you've gone from 1 to 4 contracts at a time. This has changed people's lives because there are people here who used to write 5 contracts that are now writing 20 contracts. Some who used to write 10 contracts in a month are now writing 40 contracts in a month. And when you are writing December's and January and February calls, and you're bringing in $556 on a call option, $600 times 20 is $12,000 of cash into your hands. And how much of it are you going to get back when you do the rollover? This is adding up to jobs. This is adding up to income, job income. We're talking about the ability that if you can bring in 12 and only pay 6 to get them back, keep 6 and roll them into the next batch for 12,000 again and buy them back for 6 and write them for 12 and buy for 6. You're doing that on a monthly basis. That is $6,000 a month in income coming in on a capital gain basis. That might knock off a lot of you who are working for a living. Now, some of you are crafty enough. You'll keep your day job because you're working from home or you are partially working from home, whatever, and you're bringing in $6,000 a month in income from your account plus your day job check, and you're doing that for a while. And the whole objective is that every month that goes by, you are adding another 1 or 2 deep in the money calls to your account to write more calls so that you can get to the point where you're not writing 10 every week or 2 or 15 or 20, you're writing eventually 40 or 50 or 60 calls every month. And you are now bringing in $25,000 a month in revenue gross, paying back
12,000 or so, keeping the other 12,000. Now you're making 12 a month net instead of 5 or 6 a month net. This gets you to the point where you can't afford to work for your employer anymore. You can't afford to miss one trade that could make you $1 a contract times 50 contracts. That's $5,000. You can't afford to miss that trade for your measly paycheck and all the frustrations. That's where you say goodbye to your employer, or you say hello to an entirely new deal that will work just for you. That's what's going on around here, Pulse. That's what we're working on. Splair, isn't SoFi now the best time to buy back? The last call I have written on it, at least we're at the complete. Again, it's up to you, Splair. Everybody has to decide for themselves how they're going to play the option market on SoFi. $4.51 a share. Constantly, I used to write 12 contracts, and now I write 24 on GameStop. There you go. You're making me want to skip classes right to the Poor Man Cover Call class, Uncle Bruce. I'm laughing my butt off here. You got to watch these classes. I keep telling about it. Pulse Guitar is doing it right, watching one at a time. You have to become very prolific. You have to understand the psychology of the options market. You have to understand the logistics of the options market. You have to get it in your head how to buy, how to write, how to buy back, stink bids, stink offers, open interest levels, expiry dates, everything. You've really got to understand. So by the time you get to the Poor Man Covered Call classes, everything in there will make sense to you. You'll go, oh yeah, I learned that 3 classes ago. I know about that. I know about that. He didn't fool me on this. I get it. And now I'm absorbing the Poor Man Covered Call strategy. You have to be ready for it. It's like a brain surgeon. I can't tell you how to be a brain surgeon. Neither can the doctors at the hospitals or the universities. You can't do brain surgery unless you can get to the brain. Well, how do you get to the brain? Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff to learn there. You can't go to level 15 unless you do level 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to number 15. You really got to be fair to yourself, to your future. There are no shortcuts. There aren't any. I keep trying to bring this up to you guys all the time. There are no shortcuts. If you want to be an option writer, you better study this, because there are professionals against you who will clean your clock if you don't know what you're doing. And there are people who think they can come into this channel, take 1 or 2 classes, and then become expert option writers. It doesn't work like that. I get these one-on-one sessions all the time where people will say to me, I made the mistake of watching some classes, and then I stopped watching classes, and I just thought hanging out with you guys and writing options is all I had to do. And I'm not making the money I thought I was going to make. The kind of returns you guys are talking, I'm not getting them. Why not? What am I missing? And I'm thinking, missing class 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's still there. You didn't watch those. You've got to do the entire thing. If you're going to become a university graduate in anything, you got to take all the classes and get all the credits. In this business, I try to make it obvious to you. I've got 14 classes for you. Watch those. 1 a day if you want. 1 every 3 or 4 days. However many you can handle. 1 a week, 1 every 2 weeks, whatever it is, your pace. It's your world. It's your life. But get disciplined and get on it. Start taking these classes and get with the program and invest in this business you're trying to take advantage of. I'm trying to tell you guys that you can take out 5, 10, 15, 20, 30,000 a month out of this market. 30,000 a month out of this market. You're going to have to learn and buy into the program that you're going to have to pay $150 for each class. That's the investment on your part. $150 and your time equals, end of the game, 30,000 a month income to you is what's possible, and more, and much more. Is it worth it? If it isn't, go somewhere else. But if that's what you really would like to have, you have the financial freedom to do whatever you want going forward now, at whatever age you're at now. Hey, is it a guarantee? No. But you've got a huge head start on the rest of the market. And what you will learn just in these classes will help you with the rest of your life, will help you with so much outside the market. This is the other thing about these classes. These classes can be very motivational for your relationships, business-wise, co-worker-wise, what have you.
I want you getting out of your box. I got to get you out of the box to take a look at the box from the outside. And from up there, you got to look down and go, oh, that's where my world is. Oh, and this is where I could go. This looks pretty good. Let's take a look at that world. Let's take a look at this area, this area. There's a new normal waiting for you, a very lucrative new normal. But you got to want it bad enough. You can't, it doesn't just fall in your lap. You have to get it. You've got to get it. And more people are mentioning this, how they are, I've changed my life because of you. I've changed everything because of what we talked about, what everyone else is doing. I'm joining this party and I'm going after it for myself. And I'll tell you, I am stoked for you folks. I really am. Tiff, my plan is to get a second GameStop deep in the money call on Poor Man Cover Call between January and February. Deuce, Uncle Bruce, what do you make of a SoFi stock movement lately? Seems like that we're in an unrelenting downward trend with no end in sight. I just don't buy it. I think we got to get through tax loss and we're on our way again. Karen, I've been reluctant to sell my shares because they have dropped 25, 30%. What to do? Take the losses and move on? Well, if you take the losses, move into deep in the money calls instead and start writing. But I don't know what stock you're talking about. I don't know what are you giving up on some former SPAC stocks? Then you don't have an alternate plan. There's nothing alternate. You have to move the money elsewhere. I wouldn't do that. I would wait out this November, December timeframe, get into January, February. We may well have a nice rally on some of these beaten up stocks, but it's your call to make, not mine. Deuce Kabuski, I still think it's FUD and shorting. I bought 100 more today. Deuce, it's nice. This is nice. Coyote, Deuce goes, I agree with Tiff. Those SoFi prices are just nonsense. There's no logic I can find that explains why it's this far down. There you go. The Coyote, I am open to criticism of stocks I own. Hell, look at the criticism I levy against GameStop when they were constantly acting the fool. I try to find explanations for SoFi being here. None hold up, though. Tiff, the tinfoil hat persona in me is like, what if the Democrat senators write and wrote the nonsense open letter, knew that the Democratic president will freeze student loans for another couple of months? Dude is saying, Pulse Guitar, I'm learning still, and I'm averaging 175 a contract per month. Some weeks higher, some weeks lower. It helps a lot following the lessons and joining the Gold Bagel. Paul's Guitar placed an order for class number 2. Uncle Bruce, let me know if I need to send an email as well. Dude, I think SoFi had some fear of missing out investors during the days of 20 a share that may not known for earnings. It was almost meme level status for a minute. Just keep buying. Beach Boy, since GameStop is delisting, Putin is winning, Z is resigning in response to public demand, Iran is democratic, maybe some more China rant, a little speech they doesn't get you off the hook, yoink. Thanks for the support there, Beach Boy. Constantine, lesson number 14 is the one you're talking about, not buying back to early psychology. Would you please tell more about it? Buy the class and find out for yourself like everyone else did, okay? Step up, get in there, let's go. Come on. Oh, my gosh. We're down 186 on the Dow, 47 cents on ATIP. Tesla, 184.93, up $2. Apple down 263. GameStop down 6 to 26.12. 26.07 even. Looks like we've been a little lower here. We got some selling going through here on the GameStop situation. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm trying to get this to work. Here we go. 26.05 down 12 cents. On GameStop. SoFi 452 down only 8 cents. HPQ 29.74 down 41. Amazon is up 46. HD Home Depot down 176. Cisco down 16. Pfizer up 14. At the moment, welcome. Constantine, what? Oh yeah. Oh yes, sir. Okay, got it. Step up there, Constantine. Get your hands on lesson number 14 and let's get to work. We got work to do, my man. We have work to do and money to make and richness to generate and enjoy forever. There you go. Oh, my goodness. Crypto firm BlockFi files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in New Jersey. Latest headline there. That came out a little while ago. All right, there you have it. That's what I've got, kids. That's where we're at. We're at the 2-hour, 14-minute mark right now on this show. I want to say thank you for getting in here today with you guys. Thanks for joining us and hanging out with Jen and I. 208 thumbs ups have come through now. We thank you for that. We got a bunch of folks who've been here for the last couple hours hanging out with us. I love this. I sure hope you've learned a lot today and are enjoying the way the market is reacting. I think it's coming in your favor. It's going to work in your favor out there. Going to be an interesting week and month coming up, without any doubt at all. Man, never a dull moment here. Thank you so much for the thumbs ups and the becoming members of this channel. The knee emoji attack that we had today, moving this market like we need to. I love that. Way to go, everybody. Keep your eye on your options. Join me later today, 3 o'clock Eastern time, for the last hour of our day today. Our last week from Calgary together as we head south and head to warmer weather. Leave some snow behind. I'm looking forward to that. I'll tell you, we've got packing to do around here. We are up to our necks in stuff, but we're getting her done, making it happen, and taking the show on the road again. Thank you all so much for your very kind support. Those of you making donations to Jennifer's hip surgery fund through PayPal, what can I tell you? You guys are like beyond the whipping cream and the cherry on the top. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you. Dow's down 205 right now. We're down 30 on S&P. We're down 82 on NASDAQ. We're still off 54 cents on oil at the moment. Watching all these different stocks jiggle along here, but your contracts are shrinking out, and it's getting better and better and better, and dollars are coming your way. Thanks for hanging out with us so long, Bruce. Wishing you all a successful day, says Blair. Larry, have a good one. I'll see you in the afternoon. Constantine, have a green day, everybody. Thank you, Uncle B. You got it. All of you, thank you for being around this morning. Join me today at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the final hour of trading today as we get through our Monday. And let's see what this market's got going here. Is this thing going to back off? Is this setting the table for a real ugly week or what? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yes, we will. We will figure this out and generate dough. Bama Babe, I'll see you later. Kent, thank you, Kent. Thank you, Bama Babe, Constantine, Larry Titus, Slayer, and everyone else who's been here today. You guys are awesome. The thumbs up count now, 208 thumbs ups. Thank you all for getting me through this barrier, as we love to do. I can only say neat, 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 and I'll see you this afternoon at 3 Eastern. Bye for now.